Well, as I said, I'm glad you didn't include the sound because
Yeah.
it goes right through the bone.
So I will ask you 5 questions. If you go through each one of them, and if you go through until the end, then you win a prize.
Okay.
So good luck.
Thank you.
And the test is about 5 topics. So about your courage, about your willingness to change, about your intellectual honesty, and empathy. So good luck. I will give you now question one. Say, I'll give you a scenario, and at the end of the story, you tell me what you think and your opinion. So let's pretend that I really love puppies. So I go to the local shelter and I adopt a really cute small dog. Right? I bring him home. I take really good care of him. I buy him the best food. I bring him to a lot of walks. So all is good until this dog, of course, starts to grow and he becomes a really big dog. But I do like owning puppies, right? So how do I solve this problem? I go one day to the forest, and when the dog doesn't look, I shoot him in the back of the head. So I'm free to go back to the shelter and adopt a new puppy. So, is it right or wrong, and why, according to you?
Oh, that's a good question because at first you would say, yeah, of course it's wrong to kill a dog, and you hurt an animal just for your own satisfaction of having the puppy. At the same time, I draw immediately a parallel to, yeah, we eat also animals and we kill animals, so that makes me wonder, how is it different from your case?
It's a good thinking.
I couldn't do it. What you would do, I couldn't do it for empathy reasons or for the dog. I I think I could not live with myself if I would be so selfish. It would be, yeah.
Good answer. You passed through. So good luck. Good done. Well done. So perfect. So now, second question. Suddenly, we are transported in Spain magically. So let's pretend we are in Madrid, and instead of the Rex Museum, there's a bullfight arena, and we are right here. I am right here alone with a sign with written, "Please consider an alternative to bullfighting. What about the bull? Let's just find a way." And then a Spaniard comes by, super angry at me. And it's like, "How dare you? My father was a matador. My grandpa was a matador. Why are you attacking my culture?" And I'm trying to tell him, "I don't mean to. Let's just find the middle ground where no animal suffers," basically. Now, you are, let's say, the most powerful person in Spain. And you see this little thing. If you had the power to give the reason to one or the other, who would you give it to and why?
Oh, that's difficult to decide. Um, I would I would focus on having a sort of selected. I like the idea of that you select people. They talk to each other, and there's a group of people that everybody agrees on. They will make the decision, and they have to talk to each other. That's obliged. So they have to hear each other, and then they come to a compromise. And whatever comes out of it, I will condone it.
Yeah, so you're for democracy.
Yes.
But if it was an oligarchy,
I
and
had
if
to
it was
decide.
about a dictator, and you are, you only your opinion even.
So it's only black and white. I can choose only left, or there's no nuance possible.
Where does your heart tell you to go? Let's put it this way.
Mm, uh, Suffering for the sake of uh, enjoyment, entertainment, I would oppose that. So I would lean towards.
Well done. So you
demonstrate.
you passed through. Indeed, it's not about like attacking anyone's culture. It's just like about cultures are super old, and we can always review them and make sure we are as empathic as possible towards all living beings, and with preserving however possible.
Yeah.
So, thank you. So round three. Now it's a courage test.
Yeah.
So you pass this test only if you go through looking at a video. Would you agree if I showed you one video?
Yeah.
And then if you just have to watch it, and then you pass automatically.
Okay.
All right. So this is a video about how milk is made.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately is kind of horror. this is the part where basically they make a cow pregnant.
Yeah.
Because of course it's not like cows magically have milk, right? But moms have milk, mammals have milk.
Yeah.
So they have to have a baby first. So they hold her still like this.
Yeah.
And then they put the hand inside, and of course she hates it. It's so weird, and that we do this to an animal. And then finally she gets pregnant, the
Yeah.
baby is born. They immediately bond with each other because it's really like us. Like we know we just had a baby.
Yeah.
And yeah, and unfortunately they immediately take it away,
Yeah.
whether it's a boy or a girl. And the mother of course suffers a lot from that, and also the baby.
Yeah.
Because and the suffering, they experimented on it, and they really found out it's really like physical pain. And you see the mom is chasing the baby, and then they cry for each other for about 3 days
Yeah.
until she finally understands and that they won't see each other again. So now the baby has an instinct to suck, you see, and sometimes they just put fingers in their mouth. If it's a boy, it's useless because they don't
milk.
produce any milk.
Yeah.
Indeed. So what do? They let them grow a little bit, and then they immediately
Slaughter.
they cut their stomach open because they have 4 stomachs, and
Yeah.
on the 4th there's this substance that's called veal, and that's used to basically turn the liquid milk into the solid cheese. So that's why they use it just for this cheeses products. This is
Is
cheese
it after
making.
they are killed or before that they cut them open?
Yeah, now they try to kill him
Okay. Yeah.
with a stun gun, but as you can see, it's quite long. It's still
Yeah.
alive. So, and they say it's like the most humane methods because it's quick, but yes, it's
Yeah.
not that quick as you
Yeah.
can see, unfortunately. And then the rest of the body they sell it for meat.
Yeah.
So for a delicacy because it's a young boy. So this is the food making process of most of the foods in the supermarkets. Now, if it's a girl, then
Yeah.
she's also separated at birth, but then they put them into this tiny little cages, basically like this, so they don't get to run ever. And then when they're old enough, they do the same life of the mother, which is they just had a baby, so they have the milk for the baby. Then we milk them and we drink it.
Yeah.
And to the baby we give like a bad knockoff formula, basically that's not remotely as good, because then we take the milk, and then after she doesn't have any more milk to give, she's impregnated again. So
Yeah.
the circle continues until her body cannot take it anymore, because this is a nightmare for a female, any female like pregnant,
Yeah.
taking away the baby,
Yeah.
and then so very soon she cannot take it anymore, and they just use her for beef.
Yeah.
So this is again like the humane method. They put her in a very small space, and by the way, like they smell everything, they see the blood from the previous. It's
Yeah.
really scary for them, and then this is the worst. So this is pretty much it.
I'm glad you didn't include the sound.
Yeah, really, yeah?
Then,
Yeah. Some people find it even worse with the sounds.
Yeah.
I find it worse with the image, so I've seen it, of course, but I'm trying
Yeah.
also like,
Yeah.
and see, it's not quick at all. And then they cut. It's also bad for the workers, of course.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine any job that's
No.
worse than this, honestly. So, and it's usually like people who really need a job and like they really cannot find anything else.
Yeah.
So maybe in some parts also like undocumented, but they really had to. It's quite bad. So
Yeah.
this is everything. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm glad I can come back to this
Normal,
life.
yeah.
It's very heavy to see.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, I'm glad you didn't include the sound because
Yeah.
it goes right through the bone.
Did you see these images before? Did you know about the
Some
process
of it,
before?
I knew some bits, yes,
Yeah.
about the separation of the calves,
Yeah.
about killing, using the bulls for meat. I knew of it. Um, but to see it, it makes it much
More real.
heavier on the stomach.
Especially because it happens all the time. Think of all the supermarkets everywhere with the
Yeah.
shelves full. So even like in countries like here, for example, that where you see the cows happy outside, happy, but all of this has to happen regardless to have the product, to have the cheese on the shelf, to have the meat on the shelf.
Yeah.
So yes, better that they walk, sure, outside, but this has to happen anyway to have the products. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, well done. That was really courageous of you to you really watched it all the way through. So you pass as promised. You have one last question that separates you from the prize.
Yeah.
so, so this is the last question. Now you're the protagonist of the scenario, and you're sitting in your house, chilling on the couch, and you pull off the blanket, and then you switch on the TV and you see breaking news, like a crazy news on the TV. They say, oh my god, this is a revolution. We just found out that there's a special way of eating where not only you don't harm any animal, but it's much healthier for us as well and for the planets. And so, oh my god, we have to change everything. It's a complete revolution. And you're like, whoa, okay. So of course you still have the right to choose what you want to do with your life and what you want to buy. But knowing this, pretending this is true, would you be willing to make even one small change with your diet according to going to that direction, or you're like, I'm fine as I am?
For sure, I would definitely consider a change. Uh, yeah, I thought about it before, and I already eat less meat. I didn't completely stop it. I still drink milk, but way less than
Yeah.
before. But I feel
So you already do it.
very guilty of my childhood, where I
Yeah.
used to drink a lot of milk. Yes, I would definitely consider it for sure.
That's all we need
Yeah.
to win the game. Yay! So, and the good news, the crazy news is that this is actually true. And this diet is the vegan diet, as you might have guessed.
Yeah.
Why don't they say it like that then? Because there's a lot of interest, lobbies, and like still people are not having this information at all. Like you didn't see it, for example, and like maybe a lot of people don't even know. Some people think cows just have milk. So it's really tricky. It's a long battle, but we are doing our best to get there. Yes, so this is the prize. And yes, so this is your prize.
Thank you.
This is a lovely vegan chocolate. Really one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yes, and then one last extra question. I will give you three options, and one of the three, if you want, you promise that you will do. So you choose which one. So one promise is that you will go to our website and watch a speech, just a speech, no gruesome images. It's just
Yeah.
really like the father of activists that has this amazing speech that lasts about 10-15 minutes. Option one. Option two, we give you a map of the restaurants, vegan restaurants in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
and your next meal or one meal anytime soon will be fully vegan.
Yeah.
And then option three is that you go again to our website. There's also a link to a free vegan challenge. For 3 weeks, you get challenges completely free, and then you really try this diet for 3 weeks, because then it takes 3 weeks to build the new habits, let's say, and they help you with recipes, answering questions. A lot of volunteers are behind this. So what do you prefer?
I'm leaning. Well, I'm hesitating between option 2 and 3.
Okay.
Option 2, yeah, I can manage for sure.
Yeah?
Because I'll probably go out for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
So it's easy. Then
Perfect.
I will do it right away.
Yeah.
Option 3 is more challenging. Well, I definitely can promise option 2.
Okay,
So
perfect.
that I will
so
promise.
I made a bad folding, but this is the map. So according to your taste, this is junk food, fried,
Yeah.
fried gooey food, and this is all the rest. Just to note, this one moved over there. But
Yeah.
if you Google you can double check every place.
Yeah.
And then this is our website somewhere. Yes. So you can find other two options anyway. But
Yeah.
you're free to do all three, of course. But the promise, we just ask for one promise.
Thank you.
Thank you
What
so
a
much.
nice experiment.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thank you
lot.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah.